Amen. Kwade le kodi jida ngore yon.
Okay.
Ogada akala ka twanya mo se.
Who might be?
Easy, easy, easy. Just have to wait until it's clear.
Good evening, sir. Good evening, all.
Good evening, madam.
Yes, welcome to Wellness Wednesday. Good evening. Welcome.
Good
Good evening,
evening.
doctor.
Yes, hi. It's good to see you always. Welcome.
Thank
All
you.
right. Once again, welcome to Wellness Wednesday. Today, we are going to talk about, well, the best way for me to introduce this topic is to just express, um, I don't know whether to say an apology for how we, in our own medical industry, we have made, sometimes when you're listening, you're like, this living healthy and living long, it sounds so hard, so complicated, and so many times the question is always, how much money do I need to spend? By God's grace, when I say for the first time, it's not the first time. Today we are going to be talking about longevity in a way we have not spoken about longevity before. We are going to talk, everything, most of the things we've been talking about, your protein portions, talking about if you don't have adequate protein, you can never have enough muscles to hold up your frame and have that good look and graceful aging. We have talked about how to go and buy eggs and eat. We have talked about how to exercise. We have talked about all the science of longevity, but we've not been talking about um, the art of longevity. So, how did this come about? There's I'm obsessed with longevity, and I want to clarify something here. And what I want to clarify is that for Dr. Susan, for Dr. Physique, I am when I say longevity, I am more obsessed with, there are two words in the space of longevity. You will be hearing a word called lifespan, extending lifespan, lifespan. And then there's another word called health span. I know most of you have heard lifespan. The lifespan of a butterfly is from caterpillar to metamorphose to butterfly. I'm sure everybody's heard that in basic biology. Okay, so we talk about lifespan and we talk about the lifespan. But the word that we don't talk too much about is health span. So I want to bring it out nice and early that while we are addressing the subject matter of longevity, my own core focus, yes, I'll talk about lifespan, but my own core focus is on health span. And what is the definition of health span? Health span for me means that when your exit time comes, it comes, okay? However, you must live in good health. Now, so that is like my biggest thing. My own is that even if you have to go, you can sleep and wake up on the other side, or whatever, but we must not be a burden to ourselves. There's somebody I so much respect and I like her a lot. In fact, she was writing a book and I made some input, etc. And before you know it, they say, this type of, one of those women that when they enter the room, you just have to know that, yes, that is a woman that has entered the room. You cannot believe the last time I saw her, a guy, a boy, a nurse, a male nurse, was trying to carry her. I've shared this on this platform before, from one chair to another. And because she was almost falling, the guy now had to quickly put his hand under her bumper and grabbed her, in a vulgar way of saying her, you know what I mean? Like, and so that she doesn't fall. And I said, oh my God, nobody I know will end up this. And how did she get there? She traveled abroad and she stayed for a while. And by the time she came back, that's how she came back. I don't know what happened while she was abroad. So that being said, I'm saying all of this to, I have to mute. Please mute your calls. I'm saying all of this to introduce my topic of longevity so that people understand where we are coming from. So once again, welcome to the Wellness Wednesday. My name is Dr. Susana. You all know my background. I have a master's in preventive and promotional medicine, and I love preventive medicine so much. I love promotional medicine so much. But apart from the, academics, I also feel that I have a natural calling from God to actually share the message of wellness, share the message, because I feel like for me, if you have a good health, you can even serve God better. You can actually navigate this earth better. You can, whatever your mission and purpose, what God put you on this earth to do, I know that with good health, you can actually do it better. So a lot of times I hear messages, I write them down and I said, you know what? Who is this message for? And I know that the message is for this platform. So I keep sharing and I hope God can help me share this type of message all the days of my life. So that's where we are. So apart from my academic background, it is also a passion. It is also a calling. So once again, welcome to Wellness Wednesday. It is every single Wednesday at 8 p.m. So welcome to the class. All right, so I'm going to jump. I usually just talk a bit up front so that people that come in a little behind can catch up so we don't have to keep repeating stuff. So once again, welcome. So I'm going to share the screen now and we will take it from there. Oops, hold on one second. Hang on. Oh boy. Okay. All right.
Not all right.
It's not all right. I'm trying to I'm opening up the slide. It's a short one.
Sorry, I don't even know you're listening.
I'm
I thought
listening.
you
Oh,
were
I'm hearing everything you're saying. Even the way you're breathing, I'm hearing it. Yes. It's good to have you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Oh, thank you. All righty. Hang on. Okay, so here we go.
It's coming better.
Oh, let me do that. Yes. Okie dokie. Okay. Okay, so once again, welcome to Wellness Wednesday. And today we want to talk about the art and the science of living healthy beyond 80. So how did this come about? So as you all know, I'm always researching, and not only researching in real life, I'm always praying to God that if there is a way to help us live healthy, long lives so we can serve you better, show me so that I can share, teach me. So somehow I ran into a book actually, and the book has become a bestseller within a week. The book is by a Japanese psychiatrist. So the psychiatrist is more of a geriatric, a geriatric psychiatrist, and he tried to explore, because in Japan, according to the book, as of today, they have over 95,000 people. That is nearly 100. So there's 1,000, 2,000, 10,000, 20,000, 30,000, 40, 50, 60, 100,000 people, 95 according to the book, that are above the age 100. So that is 100,000 people almost in just one place called Japan are all above the age 100. There's a lecture that we did, and we say, where is our own life expectancy? It's still hovering between 40s and 50s. But in Japan, we have over almost 100,000 people documented that are already above the age 100. So it means that if somebody is writing about the art or the beauty of longevity from a place where they are seeing it live and direct, honestly, I would pay attention. So after reading the book, I now said, okay, you know what? Let me share, because a lot of us, please mute your phones. I will help you mute it. Hang on one second. Okay. I've tried muting it again. Okay. So the book talks about the fact that many people are living over 100. So the man, tried to bring out what is making these people live long, and why is it that a few years ago, some 20 years ago, it was just a few people that lived above 100. Then the very next year, a whole lot more people. The very next year, a whole lot more people. And right now, living beyond to that thing 100 in Japan is no longer a big deal because there are too many people. It's not overly celebrated. Now, so him being a psychiatrist and understanding, maybe all the older people, sometimes they act a little crazy according to how we will see them. I'm sure the psychiatrist may not see them as being crazy. Something could be off. Started tracking those people who live long and came up with this book. The name of the book is called The 80-Year-Old Wall. The 80-Year-Old Wall. It's in Japan. And I found a way to get the English interpretation version of it. It's not as perfect. I'm sure we can read it better in Japan. Now, one of the things that stuck out to me is the fact that, which is what I want to share, so that if you walk away from this lecture today, if you don't correct only one thing like this only in your whole effort, in fact, you've already halved your effort by not correcting only one single thing. And what is that one single thing? I'll tell you in less than a minute. To introduce that one thing, because of my work, career, and everything in my culture, they say if you wash your hands clean, you get to eat with the elders. Because I try to do everything as well as I possibly can, I get to meet a lot of well-to-do people, a lot of wealthy people. And when I say well-to-do, not just only by money, but people that have done well in life. But let's talk about those people that have money now, the wealthy people. In trying to interview them, and even in the books I have read, I have come to realize that there's one book that most of them have read, and that book is called Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. So that Think and Grow Rich book talks about a certain chapter, and this chapter is on desire. Desire. So the Napoleon Hill takes the time to teach us what is desire, how do you do desire. If you desire something so badly, God, the whole universe, will find a way and deliver it to you like this. So that is in the phrase is on desire. So if you didn't desire something, especially things that are impossible, like you wake up tomorrow and say, I want to be a multi-billionaire. First of all, in my head, I'm like, for what? But anyway, for me, why I say for what is that for me, I believe that if you do your work and God wants to reward you accordingly, I think is a better place for me than outrightly just chasing money for money reason. So because there are actually people that are out there chasing money for money just for money, and most of the times they get it wrong. But that's not for me to judge. God created everybody differently. There are some people that are supposed to chase money so that at the end of the day they can leave it for charity. I don't know. It's not what we are here for. But the point is that almost all the wealthy persons that I know, and I ask them, which book has influenced you the most? They will say, The Think and Grow Rich, that chapter, Desire. Now, I am sure you have heard of this saying before, as a man thinketh, so is he. Again, desire. So you pick an objective, you think about it, you water it, you look for it, you so desire it specifically, like you have to know it to the exact, and you make pictures around it. Everything that I've read and known is that there's no way you're going to miss having that thing, even if that thing is just good health or longevity or wealth. Now, I have a niece that is my brother's daughter, actually, two of them. I don't know which cartoon or TV they watched. I want a dog. I want a dog. Every day, I want a dog. I mean, I will be talking to them in Nigeria and they're telling me they want a dog. The other one said he's even a vet doctor at age 7, etc. You know what? The parent, I know for sure they will never have anything to do with a dog in their life. That is my brother, I know. Guess what? Because of for almost 2 years of dog, 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 dog. I see dog. I know that they even know the name of the dog. The money they had for Christmas, they bought the ribbon they used to put the dog on the neck and everything. They so desired a dog. Last year, my brother and the wife gave in and brought a dog to the house. The dog has a small cage somewhere in the garage and in the kitchen. It's a small Disty Cup in-house parlor dog. Anyway, where am I heading to? Please, I know that we have spoken on water as medicine, food as medicine, science as medicine, water as medicine, exercise as medicine, sleep, all this scientific stuff. But the art, the balance, the yin and the yang, is first at the top, is actually desire. So when I said, even if you do everything else, if you miss out on desire, and when I say desire, I don't even have a better way to express the extent of the desire. And that is why I'm using the way my nieces got a dog, the way wealthy people eventually became wealthy. You have to have that level of desire for longevity for you to be able to have it. So now, if you have that level of desire for longevity, guess what? Drinking water will be easy. Nobody will tell you. Sleeping on time will be easy. So you can't be drinking water, exercising, and then you're using bad words in your mouth, and you don't have where you're heading to. So the question I'm asking everybody on this platform, where are you heading to? So let us pick it together. So yes, and remember, the topic is beyond 80. So if you're under 80 club, maybe this is not the lecture for you. And maybe that is why some people did not even come. Because I remember on this same platform, someone told me that they will not, oh no, it was in the clinic, and I shared that they will not want to live beyond 40 or 50. But it's up to her. And she may have just that. So the first art part of this of longevity is desire. And I took my time to talk about desire even before I enter the lecture, because I wanted to sink that if you don't have that extreme desire, when the desire is so strong for longevity, and then for me, I pair it with prayer, and then I pair it with a purpose. So what is the purpose? Like, what are you on earth for? A lot of people don't know, but I want to teach you the easiest way to know your purpose. Pick one. Just pick one. And then once you pick one, don't do it for people around you. Do it for God. It will become a purpose. But if that's not your purpose, it will lead you to a purpose. But you must pick one if you don't have one already, or you pray and God will give you your purpose. I prayed forever to get my own. And when I got it, I believed and I moved on it. So, once again, today's class is the art and science of living healthy. And the objective is to explore how the integration of science and art supports living healthy beyond 80. Living healthy beyond 80, as I said, is because in Nigeria, we should be writing our own book, should be saying living healthy beyond 60 or 50, because that's where it hits us. I think maybe in Japan, it's hitting them hard around 80. But anyway, we will just, because it's a book that I read, I will share it as I got it, to provide research-based strategies and lifestyle practices, the art side, lifestyle practices that enhance both lifespan and life quality. Another word for life quality, as I said, is what? Health span, health span. So 2 words as you're going to bed this night is health span. I don't even know if it's in the dictionary. I hope it is. And then desire. You have to desire it more than the kids desire a dog, and manifested it in a house of people that have allergies and don't believe in dogs. That's how much you should desire longevity and good health. Because as I said, once you desire it that much, doing what it takes, it will be very easy. All right. Now, introduction. So the pursuit of longevity has fascinated humans for centuries. I mean, we've read books where people travel the world to find what they call the fountain of youth or the life extending elixir and all kinds of things. And we are talking kings, queens, like people that matter, travel, they look for this thing. So it's not a new thing today. So we often turn to medical breakthroughs. That's what we've been doing. In fact, that is what, before this Dr. Physics type of lecture, that is what we are taught. As I always say, we are taught to sit there and do nothing. Who is out there teaching us anything? Do nothing, struggle on your own. When you get sick, there's always a drug waiting for you, maybe drugs. So you take that drugs for the rest of your life, and not that the condition ever gets better for some people, but for some people, it actually gets better and they can live well with those drugs. But I'm certain in my spirit that if we had a choice, nobody would want to be on drugs for the rest of their lives. So while we appreciate the breakthroughs, okay, we also, at the core, wish that we didn't have to depend on anything except opening your nose to breathe to have this health. That I know for certain. So that being said, we before now we are turning to breakthroughs. Oh, what is the latest breakthrough? What is the latest breakthrough? We now have stem cell this. We now have okay, the latest one in Nigeria is robotic prostate surgery. Then there's pinhole prostate surgery. There's this is what is making news. Nobody's going to break through that. We are talking about how to drink water and almost everybody's ulcer has been reversed. No, it's not a breakthrough. Then we are in the nutritional research. So under nutritional research, we talk about nutrition that is more bioavailable. We talk about nanotechnology to take the fruit into the cells. We talk about things like oligofructose technology to be able to fool the system, and you take the nutrition in as a fructose, an oligo molecule, and then it gets to the bloodstream and it becomes what the body wants. We remember the era of cellgevity, where you take the precursor of a stem cell, and when you get it into your body, it will get the other one and add, and then a hair, you see. And I'm around, my background, even before this obsession with preventive medicine, is drugs. I've studied the drugs. By God's grace, I have a doctor of pharmacy degree also. So I understand my drugs very well. And I appreciate them because, yes, they're definitely saving lives, especially saving the lives of those who unknowingly got to a point of having to be on drugs. So I still appreciate them, but there's something better. So before now, we are looking to fitness science. We are talking about what is fitness science. Elliptical machine. We are talking about there's this intermittent running where you run fast, you slow down, you run fast. We are talking about strength training. We are talking about HIIT, high intensity workout, all sorts of fitness science and stuff on how to extend our lifespan. So that's where we often look through. We look through all of this. So while these are crucial, okay, longevity is not about science. It's not only about science, it's also an art. So according to the best-selling Japanese author, Hideki Wada, sorry, I didn't have the name because before I put my act together, but I will drop the name on the platform afterwards. He said that about 80%, the art he says that the art of longevity accounts for as much as 80% of our chances of living beyond. Okay, look at it. I think what he means is this. Let's say you're sick and the doctor gives you drugs. If you don't desire that much to live long, do you have to take the drug? You carry the drug and go and throw it away now. For example, somebody break your heart. I know somebody, they broke her heart. The person used to work with us in Wuse 2 back in those days. And she drank Dettol. Oh, why would you drink Dettol? You know, so that desire to live long is not complete in her head. She cannot drink Dettol. And whatever she drank a detergent of some kind. So living long beyond 80 is not just about adding years to life, it's about adding life to years. It's about thriving and not just surviving. It's a life of joy, peace, health, fulfillment, abundance. This is what we are talking about. I don't know about you, but I don't know, right about now, living beyond 80, it's looking very attractive. Obviously, it's God that has the final say, but we have to do our part. And our part is to desire. If you don't desire, then you definitely not get it. At least you desire, and God said, okay, you know what? You can serve me better upstairs. So let's go. But if not, you better join and desire so that you can navigate this earth well. So, integrating the art and science of longevity. Okay, so to truly thrive beyond 80s, okay, one must integrate both science and art. Imagine this as a balanced equation. You can't do science. For example, you just take your drug and like, I know that this drug is gonna kill me, you know, and then the drug will kill you. It's like people that are scared of chemo, they never make it past the first or second chemo. Sometimes they run away from the chemo and then because they still believe that death is there. So what I'm trying to bring to your mind is that there's no death there's no death except that it is time. So if you believe that nothing, absolutely nothing or no one, sorry, I have to go there because I have people come to the clinic and you're giving them medicine. They say, this one is not a lie. This one is the truth. He says, Dr. Susan, treat this one. Don't worry about this one. I'm already taking care of it somewhere. I'm like, Oga, I don't understand. He said, no, this one is family problem. Don't worry about this leg. Just treat the BP. I said, sir, you came to the wrong place. I've had that. Okay. So this, oh God, have mercy. Hang on one second. I don't know how I switched my screen. Hang on. Alrighty. I hope you can still see. Okay. Oh boy. Okay. All right. Sorry about that. Okay. So living beyond 80, as I was starting to say, sorry, something interrupted my line. So, but thank God I've been able to push it out. So I want us to have that deep desire. If not, no matter what we try, what we do, it will be very tough to live beyond 80. So let's look at this one. It says to truly thrive beyond 80, one must integrate both. Okay, I think I've covered that. Imagine it's a balanced equation. So science give you years through nutrition, exercise, the medics, drinking your drugs, etc. That is how we are dividing it. Art gives you quality, true joy. You know that joy, just deliberately being joyful, no matter what you're going through, is a choice. Joy, peace. Now, my further research in the space of longevity, because every time I pray for you on this platform, I always ask God that, please, what is it that everybody can do, that even if you don't have money, you can do? Do you know that another research led me? So I was studying, I went to Google animals that live the longest. They now brought one animal that doesn't concern us. I now say animal like human beings, closer to humans, that live the longest. And one of the things I picked up there is that I think what they had in common is that they had less stress and peace. Stress and peace. So something about that stress, we've done a lecture on stress before, and stress hormones and stressors and how to this. What is killing us fastest is stress. So art gives you quality through joy. Do you need money for joy? Yeah, okay, someone can argue sometimes, but it comes from inside. You can do fasting and be joyful. True peace. Some people don't even understand the word peace, and they don't have peace. True relationship and meaning. And by saying meaning, I'm talking purpose, meaning, life having a meaning. So a person who eats well, okay, but lives in isolation may extend life, but without joy. So what's the point of living in isolation? Your life maybe there's no joy, there's no quality. Okay, so conversely, one who is joyful yet neglects health may live vibrantly but not long. So the key is synergy between the two. So I hope you understand that. Is a synergy between the two. So remember, we say is a marriage of art and science. So while you're doing your exercise, nutrition, medicine, please, no matter who is the president or who is your boss or whatever the usual complaints are, I don't believe in any of those. Please have your peace, okay, and joy, so that you can live long and live well. So the art of longevity, again, so because I said during introduction, we are always about science. Do this, drink that, swallow this, like this. This today is about art. So the art of longevity is what makes life beyond 80 truly meaningful and vibrant. What are you living for beyond 80 if you don't have those things they listed? If you don't have peace, if you don't have joy, if you don't have relationship, and if you have no purpose? That's the art. So that's why they're saying here that the art of longevity, the art of longevity is what makes life beyond 80 truly meaningful and vibrant. It focuses on the intangible human aspect of living that goes beyond biology. So here are the art of longevity. Now, one, purpose and meaning. In Japan, I'm sure there's a book everybody has read. If you've not read, buy it. It's called Ikigai. Ikigai is the title of a book, but in Japan, it's about desire, like purpose, meaning. It's very important. In fact, the author argues that if you don't have a purpose or meaning or what you're living for, if you don't have what you're living for, you cannot go far. Okay, I was speaking to a friend, and this friend has a 5-year-old as a friend and so much admires this 5-year-old. Do you believe that somebody who is almost 60 years old is saying, this, my friend, is such a good boy and so good food, good everything. I will attend his wedding. Yeah? Okay, he's 60 something. the boy is 5. He says, I will attend his wedding. So, I don't know, but you know what? It's when you start talking like that. It's when you start talking like that. Now, if you add 25 to 65, or I don't think, okay, 25 to 65, so that's 70 plus 2, that's 90. Right now, the person has it calendared mentally. They say there's a way your brain rearranges everything to submit it. So the person now has something calendared for when he's in his 90s. You can imagine. You on this platform listening to Dr. Susan now, do you have something on your calendar for when you're in your 90s? Do you have it? No, seriously, do you have it? A lot of people don't. A lot of people don't. You don't have something on your calendar that, I don't know why. You don't have something on your calendar that will help you live beyond 90s. So once again, remember, I talked about the fact that the number one thing, even if you remember everything, don't forget that word, desire. Okay? All right. So that's just an example, and I also gave example of my brother's children who so much desired a dog. I don't understand. Who so much desire a dog, and there's a dog in the house, even though people in the house also have allergies. So, meaning, um, something is wrong. Okay, please, can you hear me?
We
Yes,
can hear
ma'am.
you.
We
We
can
can
hear
hear
Okay,
you.
Yes,
okay,
we can hear you.
please. I'm so sorry. Okay, thank you.
Yes, please.
Thank you so much for your patience and understanding. Okay. So, oh God, have mercy. All right. Okay, so where are we? Okay, so that is what I want us to do. You know, even if you already have meaning, purpose, especially for it, pick a new hobby, pick something that you're living for. So the question is, what are you living for? The second art of longevity is joy and gratitude. Do you have a gratitude journal? They say those old women in Japan, they journal like no man's business. So I don't know if they're writing in Japanese language, and I thought they were mostly illiterate, but they talked about journaling as a very big tool. Please mute your phone for me. As a very big tool for longevity. So positive mindset, laughter. I've talked on this platform how they had a study. There were 2 cancer wards. People were having cancer. They put these people in one ward. They put another set in one ward. This was in Mexico. In this ward, they put comedy all the time. You have a choice to leave if you don't want to be in the comedy room. And the other people were facing their problem. Do you know, like, 70% of the people in this comedy room survived, and only 30% in the other room that they were not laughing survived. So you can see how laughter can actually help. So in this case, I don't want to talk about all the things that the body secretes when you're laughing, because I don't want to do the science part. I just want you to understand laughter as laughter, joy as joy, journaling as journaling, gratitude. I want to say something on gratitude. I have been doing gratitude, but my gratitude has gone from, in fact, it is now on steroids. It has gone higher. So how the gratitude has gone higher because we are always thanking God for what He has done. And for what I know that this must be a very serious call to keep interrupting my lecture. Hang on. As I said earlier, what was I saying? Yeah, okay. So we were on we've done purpose, we've done joy, joy and gratitude mindset. So I was starting to say that my gratitude has gone so high because we are always thanking God about what God has done. So somebody shared a story. I don't know if you've seen it on social media. They kidnapped somebody, okay? So the kidnapper they were looking for maybe 6 women or a few women to do what they want to do. So they've already kidnapped one lady. While the lady was in the bus praying for her dear life, there was one woman, she was standing by the pool and she was like on the phone, and the kidnappers were busy inside the bus arguing whether they should stop and pick her. Some people are like, no, this place is not safe. This, that, that. The other people, let's just pick now we have seen. They argue and argue and argue. In fact, the driver drove off and left that lady there. And guess what? If that girl was just coming back from a job hunt and they didn't give her the job, she will go lie down and cry and say, God, you did not do anything for me today. Not knowing that God just saved her life. So my gratitude has gone from God, thank you for that which I see. But do you know, now I am doing more of God. I so much thank you for what I have avoided or missed because you were there for me. That invisible aspect of thing that God does for us on daily basis that we forget. Hi, a friend of mine, Pastor Sarah, preached something on. She said, the blessings of an ordinary day, blessings of ordinary day, a day that just because you can breathe like this from morning till night is such a big deal because there are some people, because of asthma attack, one catarrh, one cold, no surgery, eye surgery, they cannot breathe. They have things stuck in their nose and every part of the body. The blessings of an ordinary day. So why am I saying this? This is part of art of longevity. Art, just your art. Okay. So joy, gratitude, peace, and stress management. It says chronic stress accelerates aging and death. This one I am 100% certain because I have done so much research. Now I'm researching animals. Why is this plant living the longest? Which is the longest living plant on earth and why? Which is the longest living animal and why? Vertebrate, invertebrate, this, that. I just want to know why. And I'm putting something together. But I'll tell you, all the ones that live long, one thing that they state in black and white is that their stress level is nearly zero. So we that we live in a stressful world, in fact, there's even one thing that they say: if you're not stressed, you're not growing. If you're not challenged, challenge brings stress. So since we know, according to our stress lecture, that we live in a stressful world, then it means we must marry as our second or first wife or husband stress relieving strategies. So do you have your own? We have taught journaling, we have taught breathing exercise, we've taught everything. So practice such as mindful meditation, mindfulness. What is mindfulness? You just sit down and you take a deep breath in, breathe out, and just be grateful for the fact that you can breathe. And when was the last time you even remember that you're breathing? In fact, God has taken over your breathing for you, that you're just living. When was the last time? meditation. Meditate on, in Christianity, we say, you seek God and everything else will be added onto you. Maybe you seek heaven, do some good meditation and you have everything. Prayer. In my book, Everything Heals, there's a chapter there on the God factor. Prayer, it's also an art, is a tool for longevity. And then spending time in nature. Even if you don't have nature to spend time in, please go and pack sand, pour it on your veranda, and start walking on top of the sand. It is still part of spending time in nature. So those are some things that we can do to, you know what, I gave you my word, I'll not use my phone next time. So that's a promise. If I do, someone should flog me. Please, it's okay. It's allowed. Because I am suffering this more than you are. Okay. Alrighty. So we talk about the art of longevity, social connection. Social connection. What are you socially connected to? Is it a church? Is it a workplace? Is it, you must have some kind of, is it your family? Social connection is, in fact, there's a study they did, it's a Harvard study that shows that the number one predictor, it's so funny. Everybody have their number one predictor of longevity. I bet you all the doctors have their own number one predictor of longevity. Harvard said that they did a study and they found out that the number one predictor of longevity is social connection. Now, the man is saying is desire. So let us marry the two now. Fulfillment and creativity, engaging in hobbies, learning new skills. When you learn new skill, according to the book, your brain creates new pathways and even forgetfulness will be going away. Giving back to community. This giving back is a problem for a lot of people. We work and we hoard. We are hoarding money. We are hoarding talent. You know what? Somebody asked me the other day, the person said, Dr. Susan, why are you so generous? I said, because I read an article and the article says that, who are you working for? That means that, is it not better that what you want to share, you can share it while somebody can still say, thank you so much. And you see the smile of the person. Because if you don't share now, by the time you're gone, they will carry it and you won't even be able to hear thank you. So I think we have to find ways to give back. And I have also found out another secret of wealth. Something that you're working for. Are you working for a charity organization? Are you working for that give back aspect of living is what enhances and promotes longevity. So that's that. Alrighty. Hang on. Almost there. Spirituality. I think that's the last year. Spirituality and faith. So this is not when they say the last but not the least, spirituality and faith. Where are you going without spirituality and faith? Even when you eventually go to the other side, is it not spirituality and faith? So there's this fear that people have for death, fear of death, like when they don't even want to hear it. If you're very, very spiritually connected, you won't even have that fear. And remember, it says I think it's the book of Job that says, for the thing I fear the most has come upon me. Sorry, I may not quote it perfectly, but something, what you fear the most, you must meet it. We've heard it before, it's not from my mouth alone. So part of what I learned from this book is that if you have a good connection with your maker, with God, and your best friends, you know that even if he calls you, it's for better. Like, it's not, you can navigate earth better that way without fear. If not, if you just you're lying on your bed, you just say, fear, you say, oh, they have come. How would you be able to live long? How would you be able to live long? So, spiritual practice and faith traditions provide comfort, resilience, hope, supporting both mental and physical well-being. So, in essence, the art of longevity provides the software of long life, the emotions, the social, and the spiritual codes that allow us not just to exist, but to flourish. We want to flourish. Everybody on this platform will flourish. One of the things you're going to see on my conclusion, it says that it is not too late to start. It's never too late to start. So obviously, just as a reminder, and we've already spoken about it. So we've talked about the art, we talked about desire, we talked about spirituality, we talked about creativity, we talked about social connection, we talk about peace, joy. So these are the art side of things, okay? Now, the science of the longevity focuses on biological, medical, environmental. Like I said, it's a marriage. It's a marriage. So let us not be too fixated on the science and forget that we have to give that much attention to the art, that desire. As I said, I can give you all the drugs on earth, but if you believe that you're gone, you're gone. But if you so desire to live the longest, even if I give you water to drink, you will be well. So, research shows that nutrition, plant-based, all of that, physical activity, sleep, this, that, genetics, epigenetics, all of that, they are working, but this is the science. So we are still saying science is good, but don't leave out the art, okay? So practical integration, number one, I talked about it, mindfully, eat mindfully and joyfully. When you're eating, my mother used to tell us, because my brother would come and waste my food. My mother said, whether you're standing or sitting, the food goes to the same place and you finish the same time. So you will sit down. So mindful eating, okay, joyfully, not just healthily. So some people can eat healthily, but not mindfully. Chew your food. You have how many teeth? If you have 30 remaining, chew 30 times. If you have 20 remaining, chew 20 times before you swallow. And while you're eating the food, you can be if you're eating, let's say groundnut, think of when the groundnut is in the soil, how it is soaking up all those nutrients, okay, minerals, and then how it becomes a baby groundnut, and then how it comes out of the shell and it comes out of the peel, and how it's sitting all over your palate on your tongue, and how God is so good to give you this kind of palate that you can even, as you're enjoying the saltiness of the groundnut, you're also smelling it in your nose, and if it's crunchy, you can hear it in your ear. That is mindful eating. Well, maybe I should have used cucumber because cucumber is sweeter for me. Okay, move daily, but in ways that brings pleasure. Let me tell you, if I enter a treadmill, I'm actually walking on a treadmill. Like, do bring joy to everything that you do. Build strong social bonds alongside medical care. So my lecture is never to say throw away your medical, it's to say do it together, okay? But put like there's one person that came to our facility, Dr. Physique, and the person had a very nice box This is my BP drug morning and night. This is my sugar drug morning and night. This is my cholesterol drug morning and night. This is my prostate in a designer. I said, God, okay. He said, doctor, this is my life. I said, it's okay, sir. So I said, sir, do you take something like omega-3, vitamin C? Did he say, yes? Please call my PA. They called the PA. He put his hand inside the bag and just brought out one or two things, brought this one, this one. I said, sir, you give this so much dignity and honor. And this one that is even going to shrink how much you're going to. So next time you come, please get a designer bag for this one as well. Do you believe the next time he came, he put the nutraceuticals, the natural things that will actually be healing him out in a very nice container and said, Dr. Susan, you got it. And I was happy. So what we are saying is that let us marry. It's yin and yang. Practice gratitude. And I've taught you a different part of gratitude. This night, when you pray, you say, Father, I thank you for what I've gotten today, but most so, I thank you for all you have done for me that I'm not even aware of, because one day you will find out. Imagine that that girl that was kidnapped came and met this lady and said, you're so lucky, you wouldn't even be alive today. And, so we have to add that to our gratitude. Okay? Balance work, rest, and pray. On a final note, on a final note, it is never too late to start. Even if you are over 80, adopting healthier habits, especially this art that we are talking about, can have a profound positive impact on your health and longevity. Focus on prevention. Many healthy habits, such as good diet, not smoking, and all the rest of them, can protect you against diseases. So you can see it's a marriage. We are saying do both. Holistic approach. True healthy aging involves balancing physical health with mental, social, and emotional well-being. You thought I will forget our own. No. At the end of the day, still drink your water, still rest as medicine, still exercise, still it's a marriage. That was the whole idea. But give a lot of energy to desire, give a lot of energy to all the art part that we have spoken about. So in conclusion, longevity is not a miracle reserved for a few. It is a possibility for all who are willing to embrace both the art and science of living. And I mentioned in my introduction, for those of you who didn't join, in Japan, they have not 1,000, not 2,000, not 10,000, not 50,000, not 80,000, but 95,000 people that are already above the age 100. So over in Japan, it's not about living long again, it's about maybe 80 is where they're starting to see small challenge. So I read a book and I thought I would share some insights because the book affected me positively and made me give more focus on certain things I ordinarily would have ignored because of my core scientist background. So science ensures a healthy body while art nurtures the soul. Joyfulness nurtures the soul. So together they create the foundation for a life beyond 80 that is not only long, but rich with joy, peace. Just close your eye and see yourself beyond 80. So, no matter what you're feeling right now, for some strange and miraculous reasons, you can just achieve this picture that I'm having in my head for you. You can achieve it. So as we rediscover this forgotten secret, we must ask ourselves, are we merely trying to live long, or are we preparing or are we preparing to live well? I'm sure the answer is that we are all preparing to live well. So thank you so much for coming to hang out with me this evening and to listening about the art and the science of longevity with a focus on art. I hope it helped. And so that's it for today. If you have any question, I will take it. Otherwise, comment. Did the message touch you? Anything, or you can teach me something. So we are here now. Thank you. You can unmute yourself if you have a comment. Okay, let me go to the platform. Audio I got it back. Very impactful. Thank you, Dr. Susana. Okay. Thank you. God bless you richly. All right, perfect. So, I want to.
Hello, doctor. Good evening.
Hello, sir. My co-presenter.
Yeah.
Go ahead, sir.
I said I don't know whether it's from my own side only. I had a lot of problem of the network
Okay.
and the breakage lecture, so the flow was disrupted somehow. But one takeaway there was desire,
Yes, sir.
and I think sometimes you match your desire with faith.
Yes.
Then when you match it with faith, then you match it with action.
Yes.
One thing is to have a desire. One thing is to have faith in what you want to do, and then take action. I want to give an example like a person like Zacchaeus. I don't know what about Zacchaeus in the Bible.
Mm-hmm.
He had a strong desire to see Jesus Christ.
Yes.
And but his stature and height is a limitation for him.
Yes.
Then he went into action. He went into the devices of how he's going to do it by climbing the tree
Yes.
to match his action. He didn't just put his height there and left it. But he
Yes.
had strong desire. That desire matched with action. That's how I was able to get what you want to do.
Yes.
So I think desire. I know the importance of desire.
Mm-hmm.
But one thing again that the emotional aspect of it, which is happiness, joy, and social contact.
Connection. Yeah. Okay.
I think those are very important too.
Okay.
Not staying at home, but to have contact with people, like discussing, people have sharing some things, some people around you
Mm-hmm.
can also increase your activity.
Yes.
The lecture very wide and very very interesting.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much for your contribution. I'm jumping in because you said something, and also so that I can give one or two people a chance to talk, is that you said action, which I did not stress that. So you've highlighted that. Yes, while you have a strong desire, you should match it with action. But then the way I see it is that if the desire is so strong, sir, the action will be easier.
Yes.
So, there are people that come, let's say, to a longevity clinic, and they know that if I make it, I make. If not, and then you come and tell them, okay, the price of this thing is 49. Why? How? They will leave. But there are some people that they know that whatever it takes, I want to live to be 200 years old, nothing is too expensive for them. They will not drive that car or carry that handbag. They would rather invest it on their health. So, sir, thank you so much for highlighting that part, which is matching it with action. I think I did not stress that part out, but I think we should match desire with action. Thank you so much. So any other question? Thank you, sir. Let me check the platform. No. Okay, perfect. So anyway, I didn't expect much question anyway. It was just a beautiful lecture from my end. I read something beautiful and I thought, let me share it in case somebody is missing it, because you can do all the activities, but invest the time in the art, invest the time in mindfulness, invest the time in desire, and then still do the activity. We will go longer, farther. And guess what? The art part of this wellness that we are teaching is mostly free. So I pray that whatever I wish for you, God will answer it. And my greatest wish is that you live well, have good health, and things are good for you. That's my biggest prayer for you always. So have a good night and God bless you always. And we will
Excuse
see.
me.
Yes, dear, go ahead.
Thank you, Dr. Susie, for always making yourself available to be a blessing unto all of us.
Oh,
I
thank
appreciate
you.
it, and I know we all do. Thank you so much.
Thank you,
Please,
dear.
ma'am, I want to find out about this.
Okay.
My sister told me that some people use, I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right, Ozempic to slim down. How healthy is it? Is there any side effect to that?
So far, everyone I have seen on Ozempic, every single one of them, at least I know no less than 30 to 40 people that have done Ozempic. So far, they're still alive. I've not heard of any side effect. Obviously, there's even water they say has side effects. Um, so maybe if the side effect is there is mild, it may come with excessive use of Ozempic. But if you use Ozempic, you will definitely slim down and you will slim down very well. For me, I think you must exhaust all natural options. So the people we actually, yes, we do actually prescribe and recommend Ozempic. I'll tell you who I will give Ozempic very fast. Ozempic has been clinically studied to show that it has a good kidney protective effect. So if I have a diabetic with already if I have a diabetic with already a compromised kidney and the person is having knee problem, which means that you're not going to be able to exercise, I don't have a choice but to shrink the weight, because the Ozempic will reduce the sugar, the Ozempic will correct the kidney, and the Ozempic will make the person a little bit thinner so that the knee problem will heal. So I'm not using it as a casual drug the way people are using it. I'm using it as an extreme medicine when I cannot. So yes, I have prescribed or recommended Ozempic before. But if it's just for fashion, I think you should exhaust the natural approach 100%, and then maybe see a doctor, and the doctor should find reasons that, okay, you know what, because you have maybe hypothyroidism, corrected or whatever. So yes, Ozempic is okay by me, based on what I've seen, but honestly I cannot speak for tomorrow or long-term use, but so far it's been working for the people. So that's my say.
Thank you very much. Thank you so
You're
much.
welcome. Thank you. All right.
Good name,
So, okay, hello.
Yeah, thank you very much for this great work you are doing, ma'am.
Thank you so much.
Based on the psychology of this evening's teaching,
Yes, sir.
many of us here we are Christians.
Okay.
Yes, but then if we look at the program in the church or thereabout,
Okay.
I would have wished if there are designs for recreation or thereabout. Because if you find out week in, week out, midweek, and all that, I don't find much. But if you look at the secular world, you look at unbelievers, they have time to unwind and all that, so on and so forth. But it appears that this is the church is bereft of this,
It
especially
is.
especially in churches where it is deliverance and demonism that is preached. Everybody is head spellbound and stiff, and so you hardly will find people with joy around. So I've just been thinking about it and how I was going to bring this across to you and all that, which contributions we can make, So that is my comment this evening.
Okay. So what's your name?
Professor Yaseles, my name.
Oh my goodness, it's a pleasure. Thank you so much, Professor, for honestly, it's a great honor that
Thank you.
you as a professor will, humble yourself to the point of listening to me sharing passion. Honestly, it's really scary
We
because
learn, though. We learn. I was the one that asked about hydrogen, molecular hydrogen water the other day. So we are
the
learning. I'm learning.
chemistry, yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I want to quickly and in a short manner react to what you have said. You're absolutely right. I think it's because of our environment. I went to do a wellness seminar in a church in Port Harcourt, and someone had died, and then another person had died. And in the funeral of one person, another person fell down at the funeral site. And before they rushed to the hospital, the person died. Then at the same time, the head choir person was kidnapped, and then at the same time, um, um, the head of men, it's an Anglican church, men fellowship, whatever, was shot dead. So, you know what? This man now declare fasting and keep talking about this situation, etc. So I believe that even the pastor must feel that he is personally haunted. Now, if the led believes
Yes.
that he himself is haunted, then the church is doomed. You're right. One, two. Um, you are absolutely correct about the fact that maybe it's my duty, maybe as you have told me now, as I go around, because I do a lot of seminars in churches and everything, maybe
Yes.
I'll add to part of my recommendation that they should create a fun activity where it's almost mandatory, even if it's once a month.
Yes.
Right now, they have just declared 100 days of fasting. And after fasting, a lot of
Okay.
fire
Yes.
this. Um, it's unfortunate, but yes, we have to fire, but at the same time, they should balance it. That is what you're saying. So it's not
Yes.
that they should not fire and all of this, but honestly, I did not grow up very well in Nigeria, so the culture is frightening, actually.
Yes.
Because if a pastor can hold a church hostage in
Yes.
his own wahala,
Mm.
then any church that is like that is mostly from the top. So I think it's a good idea. And for bringing it out, I think is, when you've spoken it into earth, I think you'll be shocked. Someone on this platform will pick it up and start, before you know it, church will start having fun activities. So
Yeah.
we'll watch out and see it happen. Thank you so much for that contribution, sir.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. It's always a pleasure to hear you. Thank you.
Yes.
All righty. Any one last one before we go? Thank you. The solution for fibroid surgery, are there natural means of addressing? Please, the fibroid person, that is Susan. Please call me. Let's not talk on fibroid, because fibroid it needs a lot of question. Depends on the size. Then there can be a natural solution, and how long, and organ involvement, etc. So yes, the answer is yes. There are natural ways to get rid of fibroid, but let's talk about what size and everything. So I'll expect your call, Susan. So once again, thank you for being here.
Thank
I
you
know
very
that today your desire for longevity is going to be a deliberate activity. Just desire it. Pick a number and say, this is how I see myself when I'm 80. And let's start planning your 80th birthday starting today. Have a wonderful night, and God will.